Okay, something about talking.
I think you're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about Jack yesterday. It's not on.
It is on.
Yeah, it is.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't think my nose the camera. That's really annoying. So I was at Rushmore P12 yesterday. Shit.
Yeah, you said that.
I said that before as well, so we're going to have to jig that. I was at Rushworth yesterday talking to a child. His name was Jack, and he came up to me after the presentation as part of our construction module and started talking to me about becoming a structural engineer or even a civil engineer. And he found projects such as, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge or even the Hoover Dam really, really exciting, and it was so enriching and so exciting for me to see young engineers come to the front when they initially they're shy at the start of the class. They don't really know what an engineer is, but you know, they decide to become one by the end of the class. Like Jack was so enthusiastic, and it's great because I can see the project, the work that we're doing with Engineers Without Borders, planting some seeds into the engineering communities, because at the start of each of these presentations which we conduct, we don't have many engineers, but by the end of it, there are at least half the class isn't even considering, they're starting to consider whether they want to do science, they want to do chemistry, they want to do their physics, and they want to pursue mathematics. And this all just leads to producing engineers, and I think Engineers Without Borders should be extremely proud of it. The Re-Engineering Roadshow is really exciting. It's a great event. It's great to be involved. You're with your friends. You not only with your friends, but you make new friends too. You meet all these people around rural Victoria, and they really embrace your presence, and they take you in with open arms. Like, we were at the Rushworth pub, and all the locals were talking to us. It was really engaging. We met the pub dog. We spoke about what we were doing, what we think, where the voids are in the curriculum, and it was great to see how other people live their life and their perspectives on life, especially in these rural communities. Most of us, as part of Engineers Without Borders, are from either very privileged or city backgrounds, and you know, it's quite enriching to the soul to see how these people live and what they go through and what struggles they endure relative to what we endure in the city. And that's just so important. Like, I strongly recommend whether you're at university or whether you're a practicing professional to get on board with Engineers Without Borders Australia, as the project work you do is extremely enriching. Within this HSO module, or the High School Outreach Program, as most people are most aware of it, you see so many aha moments with the students. You really do see when they're, you know, there's quite literally a light bulb being activated behind them, and it's phenomenal because you can't put a price on how much of a thrill you get out of that. And yeah, like you see teamwork happen. It's teamwork not only with the kids working together on building either these platforms or water filters, but teamwork within the teaching as well. And you do become a better person from this, or a much more well-rounded individual, shall I say. What else did I talk about in the videos? I talked about.
And you said what? Basic background?
Yeah. Okay. I decided to become an engineer after visiting the Hoover Dam when I was 11 years of age, and I remember being at the very bottom of the Hoover Dam. Well, you know, far enough away from the splash zone, where the water's being discharged, and just recognising the sheer monstrosity that this building, what this structure was. I've never seen so much concrete in my entire life, and it was powerful because I just wanted to see how it was built, what processes were put into place in order to build the Hoover Dam, and you know, essentially, I wanted to see the entire operation. And then on the same trip, I went out to San Francisco and saw the Golden Gate Bridge. And I still remember, ironically to this day, seeing the Golden Gate Bridge pour out into the low-flying clouds. And it seemed amazing. It was really like this it was incredible. We're gonna have to cut that. Yeah, but I remember when we were at the Golden Gate and we were driving into the clouds. It was like we were on it was quite literally a laneway to heaven, and I thought that was just. Can you stop laughing?
That was so cute. I was trying not to make a noise until you did.
Cool. Alright, so okay, I became an engineer because I originally saw the Hoover Dam when I was 11 years of age, and I was just amazed by how much concrete was there at home. It was such a simple but amazing and amusing thing to my mind at the time. I then further travelled out to San Francisco and saw the Golden Gate Bridge for myself, and that blew my mind. The cables were gigantic, the pylons, the piers, everything about that structure was not only, there was an element of romance there, but it was also the fact that you could see when I was there. I remember one spring morning where the bridge essentially reached into the clouds, where nature met man, and that interface was just so beautiful, and it really made me really interested in science, maths, physics, and engineering. And I think from that day, I wanted to become an engineer. Like, there's not much else you can say. I thought that was just so cool. I joined Engineers Without Borders as I felt disenchanted with my engineering course. After 4 years of studying structural and civil engineering, I thought I wasn't really making a difference. And I kind of questioned what my place within engineering is. So I applied for the internship and I was lucky enough to receive one. And what it has made me recognise is the impact that engineers have within not only developing countries but in the world, and our chase for sustainability too. It's really quite important. From this, I've understood I can see the world in a much different light. It's enticing to see that we're able to go overseas and really help out these people in poorer and developing nations. And from doing these sort of acts, not only do we get a great sense of self-worth, but we also really, we strongly, Shahini, stop dancing, it's really distracting. Come on, I'm trying to think, man.
So I really love the song, Chen Chen.
Yeah, it's Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah.
Alright, single origin Indian coffee is just the shit. Single origin beans.
What is it?
Beans from one area, it's in India.
Yeah, probably South India.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. That's a really rich, sultry coffee, it's fantastic.
It's from Uti.
Okay. I think we've got a bit of stuff there. Best moments of the trip so far?
Yeah.
My favourite moment on the trip so far is when the guys always get upstaged by the girls in our challenge. Like, it's really exciting to see guys that stereotypically are very involved with mechanics and building things around the home, whether they're building a chest of drawers or a rabbit cage in the backyard, being upstaged by a set of girls who are generally, they don't believe that they're engineers. They're more people being playing with their dolls or playing with their false nails or even their faces. And it's really exciting because you see, I think from these experiences, what makes a winning team is just the teamwork. You know, a team of champions will never beat a champion team, and that's what these girls can actively possess, and they actively display it whenever we can conduct these workshops. And it's really enriching because, as Engineers Without Borders does highly recommend the implementation of female engineers within society, we do have Engineers Without Borders volunteers that are female that are conducting these presentations.
Oh, it was delicious.
Thank
It was
you.
divine.
Where was this sauce from? In India?
That's Kaladebarapura, that's southern India.
Yeah,
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah.
I'm from India.
That's fantastic. Well, that's single origin beans you normally go with, right?
We change them every week, so from around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like see, like at my coffee shop I go to at home, we normally get a lot of Colombian and Brazil sometimes comes through my coffee shop. I don't really get a chance to have Indian, and when it does, it's really exciting. That's fantastic.
Whereabouts in India did you say?
Kaladevarapura is southern, but where exactly in southern India, which province I wouldn't know.
It would probably be the Hungarians thereabouts.
Couldn't tell you. No worries, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're just on 10. Oh, it's gone past 10.
Yeah, keep going.
What's an aha moment?
Does anyone? Oh, what's an aha moment? Like when we see the kids, you know, like a lot of the kids initially when they start constructing their platforms, they have no idea. But when you observe them, you know, conducting their designs, they're drawing them out on pieces of paper, they're asking whether or not something will work, how they're going to connect something, what floats, what can stick things together. And when it all just clicks, you just see all their eyes, they engage with each other rapidly, and it's aha.
The eureka moment.
Yeah.
Kodagu district.
Info sheets. Fact sheet. I've got a...
Yeah.
The road trip's not just about being in schools.
Yeah. The road trip's not just about schools.
No, how have you enjoyed, you know, being,
Oh yeah.
you know, you
Seeing
got to
the
meet
world.
different people?
Yeah. The road trip, not only do we get to involve ourselves within the education community in the high schools, we also get to involve ourselves within the broader community. This being either like maybe pub owners or the coffee shop owners or even, you know, people at the Salvation Army or, you know, anyone who we come directly in contact, we try to involve ourselves as much as possible. What's beautiful, and it's great to see, especially in rural Victoria, is that people embrace us because of the work that we do. People do see some validity, and they validate our work which we conduct in these communities. You know, it's great, even just driving long distances, we go through rural Victoria and it's such a different landscape. Like it's so unique, like rural Australia, in comparison to any other place in the world. And for a lot of our international students that are on this Engineering Without Borders road trip, they haven't seen this before. And not only do we learn so much about the kids and the communities that we go into, but we also learn a lot about Australia and maybe where the voids in our living and our lifestyles are. So it's just more food for thought, and I think that's what we really do accumulate over this this time period and our venture with Engineers Without Borders. Have we got anything else coming through?
That's good.
Do you think that's really all we need?
So,
What about the stuff that you did off the job?
yeah, so like you had
Yeah.
time off, you weren't,
Oh,
you
What did
know,
you see?
it was a nice, you know,
cranking
it wasn't all work.
What was that?
It wasn't all work. Like we explored the towns.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had bounces on the jumping off.
And you bonded with your
Yeah.
teammates.
So,
Yeah.
can we survive
You met some
students?
cool people.
Yeah, okay, the students now.
Against students who might want to be on, like they're on the edge of that.
Yeah. For those who are considering either getting involved with Engineers Without Borders or even coming on this HSO Reengineering Roadshow, I would highly recommend it. I cannot say anymore how much I've enjoyed myself. Like it is work, but there is so much play as well that happens. Like after we finish up at 3:30, we go out, we explore, we bond with our mates, we play table tennis, play snooker, play pool, have a few quiet bevies, just soak up the atmosphere. We talk about people who've been swimming, we talk to the locals, the jumping castles, which actually no, that'll get you away. It's like these guys are lame. Come on, we're doing this properly. Like it's really exciting that we've been involved not only within the communities, but hang on, okay, work note like I really enjoyed the time at Engineers Without Borders. For those who are considering coming on the HSO Reengineering Roadshow, I would highly recommend it. you make great friends, you have a great time. You not only after like obviously there's a fair bit of work involved with teaching the kids and you really run off your feet, but after that's done around 3:30, you've got the rest of the day to explore. You can talk with your mates, you call your friends, you can drink beers by the pool if you're really keen, play table tennis, play pool, whatever the facilities that you're staying on have to offer, we generally use them. And I tell you what, that's the great thing about Engineers Without Borders people and the people that do get involved. Everyone is really outgoing and everyone is not only up for a chat, but always up for a good time. And that is paramount, well, as part of this association. We are brought up by the people that are they are involved. If you've got any other ideas, I'm sucking a little bit, I'm kind of going like this. You got anything to say, Tony? What do you think?
What about, has your time on this trip changed your conception on how you view other engineering students? Like, did you have change, like, did you assume that engineering students were like more studious and after having this trip, you realize something more like that?
Yeah, there's a general misconception within the engineering and also the engineering student community that everyone is a bit of a nerd. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed nerd. But after this experience, you kind of have that, wow, these guys actually have a real life that they can attend to and they actually are a bit of fun. It's a little bit scary, but it's awesome at the same time, if you know what I mean. And I can't say enough, like, I'll make lifelong friends from this trip. Like, I'm sure I'll be keeping in contact with my team, which I've travelled around rural Victoria with for years to come. And it might be handy in industry one day because, the friends that you make now, they might be at a different consultancy or maybe at a different construction firm, or who knows, they might be working for a client. And the fact that you know these people now through this networking that's occurred over the HSO Engineering Roadshow program, you just don't know where this will take you. And as they say, being part of Engineers Without Borders has just so many great opportunities beyond the scopes of the office and the teaching that we do at the high schools.
You maybe highlight that you're working with all sorts of engineers and scientists, as environmental scientists,
And different
chemical engineers that you may not have associated with much over the course of your degree.
Yeah, that's right. So within this roadshow, I'm a civil engineering student. I majored in structural and water engineering, and it's funny because the people within my group, some of them are from Monash University where I study, and some are from Melbourne. So not only do you get to meet people within your own university that you've never met, you actually get to branch out and meet people from other universities such as RMIT, Melbourne University, Swinburne, even Deakin, and I think that's really exciting. You really get to broaden your network in such an extreme way, not only just knowing people within one area, but also within different areas and also different people from around the globe. We've got people from India on this trip, we've got people from Burma, we've got people from the Philippines, and even Germans as well. It's kind of really cool. Like, I'm the simple old Anglo-Saxon me, but I'm meeting all these people. It's kind of it's a worldly experience coming on these trips and being involved with Engineers Without Borders Australia. And you really get to appreciate the differences within our lifestyles, and it's like the way I live my life will be completely different to someone else within your group that will live their life they will live their life in an entirely different way. But you do find your middle ground, and everyone really gets along because we are all like-minded individuals, and I cannot stress that enough. So without a doubt, I'm sure you will get along with everybody on this trip. We are all like-minded individuals, and I cannot stress that enough. Just trying to make sure that we have a decent cut of that, because that's essentially what we're trying to get at here. Everyone's like-minded, everyone's going to get along.
You don't talk about different courses, but
Different courses.
yeah, well, because there's a scientist with us. Anna.
Oh
she's
yeah,
not
that's
even
right.
engineer.
Look, okay. So not only, yeah, okay, all right, I'll get this. I'll try and do this whole thing so it's just one big cut. So we have. How much battery do we have? We're good.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
How much?
You've been talking for 20 minutes.
I
It's good.
don't like talking. Hey, don't you roll your eyes? That's my job. Thank you very much. So, like, obviously, I'm a civil engineering student at Monash University. Well, I've just graduated. In fact, I've majored in water and structural engineering, and now, not only in this trip have I met people from different universities, but I've also met people within my own university which I've never run into before. Like, I've met someone from the Philippines who's studying chemical engineering, and he's a final year student as well. And it was exciting because I've never seen him on campus before. It's like, wow, that's rad. Now I've got a whole group of people that I can meet within my own university that I've never known before. Not only, you don't actually have to be an engineer to join this trip. Like, we've got people that are science students, people that are also studying arts on this trip, and it's just because of EWB's mission, we're creating change through humanitarian engineering. Change can be created by so many people, as we talk about within our workshops, and you don't have to be an engineer to be on this bandwagon. Like, people have travelled out from WA to join this trip, and I think that's a real testament to say that this trip is a really good time and it is a really rewarding and enriching experience. So I think the proof is in the pudding, to say the least of things. So guys, get on board, get involved with your local chapter, talk to your high school outreach coordinator, and yeah, just soak it up, have a really good time. Yeah. What? Sick, done?
Sick, bruh.
I think probably should